Well, apparently Sydney's changing her thing. Oh, I'm here for that. But howdy, people of the
Hello,
internet.
friends.
People
We're
of the
back.
internet. Sydney's here this time.
Woo!
All right. So we start with what Ethan called last week as the return of Arch Manning hype.
Yep. I was right about a few things last week. I was very wrong about some other things. I'm sure we'll get to that at some point. But yeah, I tuned in at halftime of the Texas game, and they were talking about how Arch had already matched his career high in touchdown passes and already exceeded his yards from the previous game and all that stuff. And I'm so
You're
yeah,
like,
who knew
yeah,
San Jose State's a little bit easier than Ohio State?
what a concept. You didn't know that? Just a little bit.
As someone who used to work with the Spartans, I was little glad to see the beatdown.
Oh,
Oh, spicy. Okay, I see you, Sydney.
he's
Sydney
like,
just comes
look,
out the gate throwing shade at an entire university.
an entire school.
I'm here for it.
Well,
Um, let's see. Any other comments on San Jose State and Texas besides the fact that Archie's not back and neither is Texas?
No.
I still prefer the Arch and Texas hype to what I'm getting here in Florida with FSU's hype. So
That's fair.
it could be worse, Sydney. It could be worse.
that is fair.
We A&M played Utah State, and we solved some problems, and then brought back a host of other problems. So now I'm scared.
What are the new
How's
problems?
yeah,
We
how's Marcel
had
Reed doing? Is he going to be playing?
oh yeah, Reed's fine. At least his dad says he's fine. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
I think that they took him back for like just to check his wrist and his hand and all that jazz. And then they're like, "There's no we're up by like 20 points or whatever. There's no reason to force him back out." But I think he'll be fine.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Somebody said we should just tell Notre Dame he's not playing. I'm like, yeah, because they're that dumb. Like, what?
I'm really interested in that game because we have Notre Dame shortly after.
I am scared of this game, and I will be following it while at a sorority event. So if they don't play it on the screen while we're at the sorority event, I'm quitting the organization that I'm already an alum of.
Kicking yourself out.
Like I'm done. I'll see myself out. I need to go watch the game. It's important. Let's see. What happened to Georgia?
I'm not sure. I didn't see any of that game. I was at the Razorback game, and unfortunately, there was no service anywhere. But I hadn't even looked at the score until I'm looking at these notes, and that is,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, I think that the Mike Bobo experiment is in its last year, especially, Gunnar Stockton, a big reason why, I don't know if you guys remember, but he initially committed to Auburn when Mike Bobo was the OC at Auburn under Brian Harsin, or was heavily considering them. And then I think Bobo got let go, or he was like an analyst or something like that at Auburn. And then he came to Georgia to be the OC, and then Gunnar Stockton flipped because they have like a really good relationship, or he's like his godfather or some crazy shit like that. And I think the Gunnar Stockton experiment has reached, or not the Gunnar Stockton, the Mike Bobo experiment. I think that he's, as somebody, as a Florida football hate watcher, I know a shitty offense when I see it. And Mike Bobo, he had a lot of talent, and I think that it hid some stuff, but I think it's starting to catch up on him that he's running a 10-year-old offense.
It happens.
So the offense is, in fact, the problem at Georgia.
I didn't watch enough. I did watch the Marshall game, and they, it took them. It was more challenging than it should have been. Watching them on offense, I didn't get to watch them last week against Austin Peay, but yeah, 28 points. That's not encouraging.
Not good.
If I were a Georgia fan.
If you were, but you are not, so it's okay.
I'm not. Thankfully, I have other things to be discouraged about. But Georgia's offense is not one of them.
It's okay. A&M's isn't either, so it's fine.
Hey, LSU, that's speaking of offensive struggles, it's 23 points against Louisiana Tech.
Ouch.
I'm encouraged. Like I told you before we got started, Shelby, be prepared for unbridled optimism in the face of extreme adversity.
Okay. I'm letting you have that. I was gonna.
Why do I have that?
I don't remember what it was.
Because I'm insane. I'm just an insane. Like I am based in reality and logic for basically every other facet of my life. Sports and particularly Gator sports is the one area to where I say, you know what, fuck it. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care what reality says. I'm going to be blindly optimistic about this one thing. And it's not worked out well for me in a while, but yeah, 34 years I've gotten this far.
I remember what I was going to say.
I jogged your memory.
Yes. Noah Thomas is now at Georgia. He took a lot of money, apparently, to go to Georgia to have no touchdown receptions so far. What are you doing, dude?
That's how I feel about 3 Ole Miss Rebels.
many Rebels
who have not done anything.
And you're like, oh, but the grass isn't always greener, my friend.
Got the bag.
And of course, like,
strike when the iron's hot.
Hey, at least he's getting money to do nothing.
Yeah.
Gold star. I wish I got paid to do nothing.
Yeah, me too.
Ole Miss and Kentucky. This game taught me that Zach Calzada is no longer a glow stick because apparently they broke him beyond repair.
Yeah.
Also, 7 years of college football is too many.
I feel like that was one of the few things I was right about. I think I said that Kentucky was going to cover, but I didn't think they would win, but they always find a way to make Lane Kiffin's life just hell. And I feel like they did a pretty good job of it. Austin Simmons, he one-time Florida commit Austin Simmons, he did not look as great, at least in the first half. He kind of picked it up a little bit. I was watching that game a good bit. And back-to-back picks, like on back-to-back attempts. Anytime I see a quarterback do that, like my heart just breaks for him because it's like, how are you the person who has the ball in their hand every single play, and then you just royally fucked up on the past 2 tries, and then you have to go out there and just like flush it and try again. Yeah, like I'm not sure if you guys saw the interview with Tua where the reporter asked him like, "Oh, do you feel like you throw turnovers in bunches?" And he's like, "Oh, what? No, I just do that." But I mean, the reality is when you screw up, you go out there and try and fix your screw up, and then
it gets
a lot
worse.
of times you just screw up again because you're trying to do too much.
Apparently,
that game is exactly.
But
what
hey,
I
they pulled it out,
be.
so can't hate too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's okay. Sacks come in bunches in Aggie land now. I don't know if y'all saw that. Cassius Howell decided, oh, I didn't get very many stats week 1. Let me have 3 in one drive. Here you go.
Miles Garrett.
And then Miles Garrett almost did it too. And I was like, it's Aggie sack weekend.
Yeah.
Of course, every weekend in Cleveland is Aggie sack weekend. So
fair.
That's true.
I literally I get Brown's tweets on my For You page at Twitter because I've retweeted things about Miles.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a love affair with him. I was like, is he the only player on your team? I'm concerned.
Yeah.
He's the only one worth a shit. I mean, oddly enough, the only alerts that I actually get for the Browns, for whatever reason, Athlon Sports thinks that I want to hear about Colorado legend Shador Sanders at least like once a week. And I'm like I'll get a notification. It's like Browns expected to trade Colorado legend Shador Sanders. And I'm like,
legend. Oh,
what part of this is actually true? Because they're not going to trade him and he's not a legend. I guess that he went to Colorado. Like, I guess that's factually correct, but
two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Except this time it's 2 lies and truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tennessee outscored Eastern Tennessee because Eastern Tennessee. All right.
Yeah.
What did we think about
Waterloo was
Kansas
pretty
and
fun.
Mizzou?
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch.
I was rooting for the Jayhawks.
I was too.
Did you? Yeah, me too. Did y'all see the kicker or the fan that they brought out that had FKU written on his stomach?
Incredible.
And rather than trying to kick a field goal, he just turned and kicked it at Kansas' sideline.
You know, that's the best way to take advantage of that situation.
You're not gonna make a 40.
You're not making the 45-yard field goal. They might as well do something legendary.
Yeah. And he probably made more than $25,000. Oh, I mean, maybe not, depending on who he is. But that kind of exposure, like he's probably a legend in Columbia now. He's probably going to get $25,000 worth of food and drink for the rest of his life now.
Being a legend in Columbia is not hard, though.
Yeah.
That's true. Bad Columbia.
Again, there's not a good one, but
I'm so excited though. Like, I'm so excited we're gonna have like a better slate of games this week. It's starting to pick up. It's starting to get good.
This week is like we're gonna find out who a lot of people are.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend that goes to Missouri, and he said somebody is walking around carrying a Jayhawk on a stake. And I was like, what? He said, you hate Texas like that? And I was like, yes, but like, no. That's weird, dude.
Probably a fraternity hazing thing.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan, here you go.
I mean, I was gonna go to the biggest upset of the week and talk about Mississippi State.
Oh, you're just gonna skip over.
That was the major upset, right?
America's Bowl.
Oh, wait, that game happened?
Games on the list.
Man. All right, here's my rant. You guys buckle up. As a longtime Billiam Napier supporter, it really doesn't matter unless we win 9 of our next 10 games. It's going to be hard for me to ever be excited about him being our coach again. To get back to my original point, the data and the logically, I've seen it, right? Like logically, you're like this shouldn't happen under a good coach, but once he gets all of his pieces in place and he has his guys and he has the culture in place and the leadership in place, these things will stop happening. But last year against Tennessee, his inability to do the small things right cost us that game, literally, because as the first half ended, we were up 3-0 in a beautiful game of football, and we kicked a field goal that should have put us up 6-0, but it was called back because we had 12 men on the field, which is probably the 3rd or 4th time that has happened under Napier, to where we've literally just had procedural penalties like that. And like, how often, as football fans, how often do you see that happen to anybody else? Maybe a couple times a season, maybe a couple times during a coach's career, that kind of stuff happens. And so you look at it and you're like, fuck, man, like, how do you not, like, we have the Patriots special team coordinator as our special team coordinator. He worked for Bill Belichick. And yet somehow we still get 12 men on the field, or, we still have these kinds of things that you're just like, you know what? How does this happen? And then, of course, we end up losing in overtime to Tennessee in a game in which we should have won by 3 points. And so at that point, that was when I changed my name to Hire Lane Kiffin after that game, because I felt like that was solely like Napier was solely responsible for that loss because of that. Like, you can look at a bunch of plays throughout the game and say that loss is the game. But that moment in particular was the thing that, hey, Mitch, we have our friend here. Hey, Mitch. But that moment in particular was when it was clear that there was like that sort of stuff is hard to overcome when you're talking about coaches. And then, of course, we kind of rallied and finished the season strong, and I hopped back on the bandwagon and changed my name back and all that fun stuff. But this team, like the first 2 years for sure, we did not have talent on our roster. Like, we had Anthony Richardson and Gervin Dexter in 2022. 2023, we had one draft pick, which was the fewest Florida has had in like 20 years or something. Like, we really did have a pretty shitty roster with not a lot of talent. Last year, we were super young. We committed to building through high school. And this year, we have it, right? We have seniors. We have experience. We have talent. Like, we have 4 guys who try to be first-round picks. We have a guy who could be a generational quarterback. And to lose the USF at home, like, losing to a school, like, the last time we lost to a Florida school at home that wasn't named Miami or FSU was 1938. And so while USF and UCF are much better programs than they have been for the past 30 years, it's still inexcusable when you have the kind of players we have on our team. And so really the nail in the coffin is the offense. I mean, Napier, I've been on here, I'm on camera plenty of times saying that I respect Napier for betting on himself and appointing himself offensive coordinator. I think about 2 years ago, he should have looked in the mirror and said, you know what, while we are okay, we can be better, and give up play calling. And he didn't do it. And he has still continued to refuse to do it, even after being held to 16 points at home against USF. And so that's one of those hubris things. Like, that's arrogance, to where Dan Mullen was a much better offensive guy than Napier is. Much worse at running a program, much better at coaching an offense. When Brian Johnson was on our staff, who went to the Eagles, he was the play caller. Mullen gave up play calling. Lane Kiffin has Charlie Weiss Jr. calling plays. I mean, you have guys, Josh Heupel had Alex Golish involved in play calling. So you have guys who are genuine offensive geniuses who have developed top 10, top 5 offenses in the country, who are willing to give up play calling to improve their offense and their team. And then you have Napier, who in his career has one top 10 offense. It was the COVID year at Louisiana. And other than that, he's been top 30 once, and then mostly in the top 50-ish, 50 to 60 range. And then you look at even schools like Georgia. We're talking about Georgia's offense. Look at how many years Georgia's had a top 10 offense. Like, yeah, they've had elite talent everywhere, but there's a reason Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships, and a major part of that was Todd Monken. I mean, look what he's doing with the Ravens now. And that's something that a good coach, or at least a coach who is willing to recognize their flaws, fixes. You look at the defensive staff that Kirby Smart and Nick Saban developed, being defensive geniuses, defensive masterminds, and they still go out and get a defensive coordinator to handle that part of the ball. So at this point, we're going to see how this season goes. Vegas moved our win total down from 6.5. It went up to 7.5. Now it's back down to 5.5. So we'll see how that goes. We exceeded. The team didn't quit. Like, I think that's one thing that we can point to for sure with Napier, is that the players believe in him still. Whether or not that's much like my unbridled optimism, whether or not it's misplaced, we'll see. But last year, they never quit on him when Texas stomped a hole in our ass. And I'm not sure. I'll send you guys the picture in the chat afterwards. But there's a very famous picture of Scott Strickland's vote of confidence in Napier with Steve Spurrier sitting in the stands like this, like watching the game, and during the broadcast, while it's like 42-7 or something like that, and they have Scott Strickland's quote right next to Steve Spurrier in the stand sitting like this, and so it's definitely a pretty iconic picture amongst the Florida Twitter sphere. But I mean, it's just stuff like that. At this point, it is what it is. There's no way that Napier makes it through this season unless we go on a tear. So this is actually a very zen moment for me as a Florida fan, because this will be the fourth time in 12 years, 15 years or so that I've gotten to ride this journey of watching a coach be in a season in which they have no job security, and it only matters if they win or lose. And so it's like, I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to argue with anybody on social media. I'm just at like complete like zen, to where it's like, okay, we win the games and I'm happy, or we lose the games and I'm happy because we're going to get a new coach. So it's just a win-win for me at this point, and I just get to sit back and watch it unfold. I mean, it's literally to the point where it's like, you know what, it really can't get any worse than it currently is. And so let's just see what happens. And that's my 5-minute rant on Florida football. Everybody looked like shit. We had some really bad calls. I'm of the opinion that when you play a team like USF, you should not be in a dogfight that comes down to a couple of bad calls. And that's essentially how Billy Napier coaches his offense, is to control the ball, slow the game down, and do stuff like that. And that exposes you and opens yourself up to situations to where a tip ball, a blown assignment, a bad call, a muff punt, whatever. And now all of a sudden you're watching the game-winning kick go through your uprights at home. So, I love these kinds of seasons, y'all. It's miserable as a Florida fan, but the optimism, it never goes away, because it literally is a win-win every Saturday. And so I get to just watch all the chaos unfold. I get to revel in the misery. As I was very miserable on Saturday night, to the point to where I was the last time I felt that sense of disbelief was when Cormani McClain trolled us and then committed to Miami at this big-ass ceremony that everybody was expecting him to commit to Florida, to the point to where he had actually recorded a commitment video committing to Florida that the beat reporters had, and then at his ceremony he committed to Miami. And so it was like, oh shit, that's really brutal. And so like I was like, wow, man, that kid really did us dirty. That's how I felt Saturday night. Was like, wow, we really fucked that up. Like, this was really, really bad. So yeah, now the pitchforks are out. Everybody, even the supporters like myself, are just like, you know what, I can't say shit anymore. Like, I've defended you, and to do it, to continue to just play at this plodding, miserable pace, I can't do it. Like, I'm just at that point where, like, you know what, fuck it, let's blow it all up. If we lose DJ, if we lose the talent we have, a good coach will either be able to keep them or replace it with other talented people. So I love my DJ, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The brand is bigger than one player.
All I have to say on that is that you play Mississippi State in the middle of October, pull an A&M and fire him after beating the living crap out of Mississippi State.
That would be, hey, yeah, that'd be great.
Do you think he makes it to the end? Do you think he makes it to the end of the season?
I'm going to be honest. Like, I feel like we can compete with every team on our schedule. Like, I know I know I'm optimistic, but I mean, we beat LSU last year. Like, we showed on the field last year that we can beat these teams. And I would say, if I had to guess, depending on how we have 4 games, right? I will know by Halloween what the deal is. Like, I would say realistically, if we manage to go 3-1 over our next 4 games, which is a tall task, right? But if we manage to go 3-1, he makes it to the end of the year. I don't think I think if we manage to go 3-1 against the next 4 games, which is LSU or at LSU, at Miami versus Texas, at Texas A&M. So this is like squarely, like this is where William Napier is, right? He's backed himself into
and
this
then he
corner.
makes the triangle.
Yeah. This is, yeah. So my background's messing everything up. It's not my fault. But yeah, so I mean that's it. I mean it's just win, or I mean definitely if we go into the Georgia game, Jim McElwain is his mentor, right? That was his mentor. If we go into the Georgia game, I will have flashbacks to 2017 where Jim McElwain was almost in tears before the game started against Georgia, talking about we're going to see what we have and all this stuff, and was all emotional and all this shit, and then proceeded to get an absolute hole stomped in his ass talking about we're going to see what we have. And then we all
You
saw
have
what
nothing.
he had. And they fired him. They fired his ass after that. So if we go 3-1, I think he makes it to the end of the year. If we go 1-3, I think that he's fired probably after Texas A&M. Like if we lose at Texas A&M, especially if we don't manage to beat at least 2 of LSU, Miami, and Texas, which again, tall task. I think that we're closer to a top 15 team than we are to an unranked team. And I think that we'll have a chance to show that. The real question is, do we continue seeing the kind of mistakes that we thought had been cleaned up down the stretch, and the defensive assignments, the offensive, progress, having DJ back there? Yeah, 41-7. Yeah, absolute hole stomped in his ass. But if that, I do think that that's something that, if we are looking at 2-4, 2-5 after Texas A&M, he's done. That's the game that he gets canned on, just because I don't think the school will want to give Georgia the satisfaction of firing another one of our coaches.
Well, it won't be Georgia, it'll be Kentucky. Y'all can lose to Zach Calzada, and that'll be the nail in the coffin.
I mean, let's be real here, right? There's a realistic scenario to where we go 1-11, right? I mean, if you look at our schedule, I think that we can beat every team on our schedule, but after losing to USF, we can absolutely lose to every team on our schedule too. So especially having to go to some pretty hostile environments. Like there are no gimmies left on our schedule, and nope. I mean I think we're closer to 8-4 than 4-8. I know I'm optimistic. I know it's a bit. Well, I did not flick you off. It was supposed to be a peace sign, but my filter cut out my other finger. Night, Mitch. But I think that even then 8-4 is not good enough with this roster. At some point, the decision has to be made that we should stop being afraid of who's on our schedule at a program like Florida, and our opponents should be afraid of having us on their schedule. And it's been a while since that's been the case. And that's the expectation amongst our fan base, is that that's how it should go. That's how it should be, because we've seen it happen. And for a long time, right? It wasn't just 1 year. It was like 25 years of you did not want to play Florida because they were going to kick your ass. And so pretty much every fan that's alive right now has seen that and seen what the program can be. So, yeah, at that point, it's just we got the pieces, but at some point somebody has to figure out the puzzle. And we'll ride the carousel again if Napier doesn't do it.
I mean, I've seen y'all literally took us, what was it, 2011, when Johnny lost to y'all. And that we win that game, we're going to the title. Like
it was 2012, wasn't it?
Johnny's first year? No, we beat Alabama in 2011.
Because y'all weren't in the SEC.
Or 2012. Sorry,
I thought y'all came to the SEC in 2012.
My brain is not working. Anyway, yes, 2012.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's a painful year for me too, Shelby. That was a Freudian peace sign. Yeah, a little bit there,
Florida. I don't understand.
Unrelated. I really enjoy how we can see our comments on the side of the screen here.
I fixed it. I did that. I pressed a button and it does that.
Nice.
Look at that. We put Shelbie in charge, and then we find all these fancy features.
Yeah.
It literally is at the top. Like I open the studio and it says show comments on stage. And I was like, sure, sounds good.
I like it.
All right, let's see. Cindy, do you want to say anything about Arkansas?
Little brother got the ass whooping they've been begging for 93 years. The first matchup between the two ever. The other side of the state has been begging and whining and moaning about, woo, we would beat Arkansas if we played Arkansas. They're so bad. And then they lost 56-14. I am a little bit concerned about, our special teams, in the sense that there was a kick return from Arkansas State for a touchdown that just was terrible. I mean, nobody knew what they were doing. The kick went up and I was like, that's going back for a touchdown. And then it went back for a touchdown. But I don't know. I'm overly optimistic going into this weekend at Ole Miss. Their quarterback has a situation. We have a couple guys that are pretty banged up, but I don't know. I have a weird feeling.
A situation.
Things might get weird in Oxford. I don't know.
Things are always weird in Oxford.
Arkansas is one of 3 SEC teams that have averaged more than 50 points, so that's pretty fun.
There you go.
I have no concerns about the offense, except for some of Taylor Green's reads, but everything else we'll see.
So he's not going to jump from the 5-yard line to the end zone?
I don't believe so. I think he's a little more athletic than that. He might hold on to the ball.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
What do we make of South Carolina?
I think we'll see this weekend. So from what I hear, a lot of South Carolina fans are not pleased at their 2-0 state currently. They are not happy with the offense. They're not happy with, which kind of makes sense. I mean, they have a all-star punt returner. He's already had 3 punt return for touchdowns. But their offense didn't score a touchdown for a long time last weekend against South Carolina State. So they're pissed that they only scored 38 points. One of them was a defensive touchdown. One of them was a punt return. But other than that, they don't seem too much of a happy crowd.
I mean, I've said it before, but last time I went to South Carolina, they scored on the very first play. 75 yards for a touchdown. First play. The girl next to me looks me in the eyes and goes, "Don't worry, we'll still lose." Okay.
I don't get it. Be grateful for what you got.
Right. I have nightmares about Lenora Sellers, okay?
Yeah.
Nightmares. Yeah. I told my mom that. She says that means you take football too seriously. Probably.
Yeah, I think their game this weekend, hosting Vanderbilt, I think we'll find out a lot about both of those teams.
I'm going to go Diego Pavia, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's see. We talked about how LSU is not up to par.
Their defense is absolutely, but their offense is.
I hope that I mean, for my own sake, obviously, but I hope that both teams. Okay, well, obviously, I hope that the 23-7 score for LSU is indicative of how bad they are. And then for us, I hope that we were just looking ahead to LSU. I think that it's actually kind of both. I think that both teams were probably expecting to just kind of coast through and not deal with their in-state situation. Obviously, they handled theirs better than we did, but I think that was a combination of a look ahead, the let down look ahead sandwich. I think we had a taste of that. So, I mean, I think that in Vegas, the number has come down. It was 9.5 when it came out. It's down to 7.5 now, or 7 or so. So, I think that the game is going to be closer than a lot of people have led into. But we'll talk about that when we get to our previews.
All right, now
I was wrong about Oklahoma, though. That was definitely something that I was wrong about, was Oklahoma and John Mateer. They looked really good. Not great, but Michigan, I think, is a pretty good team, and they look good. And I was wrong about that one. So
what I need is Oklahoma to beat Texas at Red River. That's all I need. That's all I want in my life.
Okay, I'm here for it.
It's very possible.
Because
I will say, I've learned a little fun fact on TikTok yesterday. Lane Kiffin's daughter is dating LSU linebacker Whit Weeks.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting conflict of interest there.
I have so many questions.
Why does LSU's athletes have to, like, I don't understand why they have to be, like, dating social media influencers? Is that like part of their NIL deals or something? Like, does the Children's Hospital fund like the celebrity power couples in Baton Rouge, or how do they handle that?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's weird, right? I mean, it's weird that somehow these people that are like social media folks are like somehow always dating random ugly ass LSU players.
It's the NILSU deal.
Yeah. There you go.
It doesn't happen a lot, but if I had a nickel for every I'd have 3 nickels. Oh god. Every time I see something like that, I saw a meme that's like, my kid asked me if 10 is a big number. And I said, well, 10 pennies isn't very many pennies, but like 10 murders is a lot of murders. So like, what do I say? And his wife is like, what is wrong with you? What is happening right now? I was like, yep, I love that. So that's what my brain went today, because I'm tired and that's where my brain went. Let's see. Oh yes. Arizona State, Mississippi State.
Wild.
Happy for him. I didn't watch any of it, to be honest with you. So I can't really comment on it, but go ahead.
Oh.
It was so hard.
Am I lagging, guys?
Yeah, you're about like 3 to 5 seconds behind. But that game
Let me turn
is
my camera
so
off
hard.
and see if
So hard to listen to from the stupid cowbells.
Ugh. Okay, what's worse, the cowbells or the Vandy Whistler?
So much.
Oh,
because we're all people that enjoy baseball.
For me, at least. The Vandy Whistler never really bothered me that much.
I can mute the Vandy Whistler more than I can mute the cowbells.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I feel.
And I feel like I'm more likely to watch Mississippi State football than I am to watch Vanderbilt baseball when they're not playing my team.
100%, yeah.
So, because football is football.
Right.
But, yeah.
That field storm just like reminded me of when we stormed the field after beating Texas. Like, no, that's not the biggest win in the world, but it's like, oh my God, some sort of happiness that we haven't had in a long time. So I was happy for their fans.
What a time to be alive that was.
Yeah.
I can tell you where I was when Texas lost to Arkansas.
That's awesome.
It was a great day.
That is awesome.
I was at a soccer game and I looked down and I was like, hey, Texas is losing. And my mom goes, no, they're not.
Texas is getting their ass kicked, actually.
I was just like, see? Like, I don't know what to make of this.
Me and my friend were just like holding each other and we were like, it ain't over till it's over. Like, we're going to find a way to screw this up.
Honestly. My senior year at UCLA, all I have to say about that. It's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
What a time that was. was such a good the year before was such a fun season. And then the next season started like that. And I was like, cool. Is that what we're doing today?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening now? Let's see. Auburn beat the living crap out of Ball State.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama and UL Monroe just like we expected, but not what I wanted. I told Ethan I wanted them to lose to UL Monroe, just like full circle.
Yeah.
But obviously that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So. And then what do we make of Vanderbilt? Is Vanderbilt good or is Virginia Tech really bad?
I don't think Virginia Tech is good in any way, shape, or form.
That's fair.
But I don't know. Like I said, I think we'll learn a lot about them this week.
The fighting Diego Pavias.
Yeah. I think he's a maniac.
He is.
He really is.
Just a maniac.
His hero is Johnny Manziel, and that's all you need to know.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. He talks.
If your hero is Johnny Football, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, he's mine too, so.
He literally posted the like iconic tweet that Johnny tweeted before we beat Bama. Like right after they beat Virginia Tech or right before or whatever. And I was like, the fact that you know that exists, and you're not an A&M fan, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Because like every A&M fan that's like big on social media has that tweet queued up for every big game. And they just quote tweet it. And they're like, bring this back. Bring this back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why do you have that queued up, Diego? I'm worried about you.
He's a maniac, that's all.
That's all. I'd just be balling, really. Oh, Le'Veon Moss. I'm still mad at South Carolina for breaking him. So even though he's back now, but still, I will forever be mad at them.
Yeah. They did.
Let's see. Let's start week 3 preview. We got Wisconsin at Alabama.
I think that'll be an interesting one. Whenever I was making my like picks in our group, I saw I think it was that. I saw the spread on that, and I don't remember what it was, but I was a little surprised by it.
I'm going to look it up now. Ask the interwebs.
It might have been like 9 or it might have been like double digits in favor of Alabama.
Of course, because Alabama is the media darling.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20.5 according to
ESPN
right now.
Like that's crazy to me. I don't see it.
I don't know, man. Wisconsin's been pretty. Fickle has just not done as well as I thought he would up in Madison.
No. But I still feel like 20.5 is way too much.
Yeah, that's anytime I see
we don't know much about, like Alabama.
Yeah, I agree.
What are you going to say about FSU?
I was actually going to say that I think Wisconsin's probably about as good as FSU is, but I don't think that that'll be good enough to beat them because they're going to be in Tuscaloosa and not in Madison.
I mean, what is there in Wisconsin besides cheese and women's volleyball?
Cheese.
About it. Snow.
Yeah, that's it.
Oklahoma at Temple. Why is Oklahoma going to Temple?
Same question. Why is Arkansas going to Memphis?
Is that one of those vestiges of the old 2-for-1 deals that schools used to have? We have one with
Tulsa that's like 3-for-1.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll pay you to come to us twice, and then we'll come to you, but you won't get paid for it. Suck it up.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, that is pretty strange that Oklahoma's going there. But
they're playing at Lincoln Financial Field. Isn't that where the Eagles play? Or am I losing my brain? That sounds familiar.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it is. It is where the Eagles play.
Oh, that'll be
That's when they
cool.
play. Yeah.
That is
That'll be
where
more
the Eagles
neat
beat
than
the
the Liberty
Cowboys.
Bowl in Memphis.
That is where the Eagles break my heart. It's fine. Let's see. So are we going Oklahoma? Is that pretty easy on that one?
Yeah.
I always thought Temple was in Temple, Texas. So that tells you where I am.
I've never really cared to know where
Because I
Temple
live in
is.
Texas and that's where my brain sits. So I was like, yeah, Temple, Texas. That makes sense. Nope. Not at all. But then I was making the notes and I was like, why are they playing in Philadelphia if this is in Temple, Texas?
Oh my god.
And then
I
I looked
have
it up and I was like, wow,
I
my
have a
brain is
book that I
not
made when I
working.
was younger. And it was like on like the 50 states, and I had Michigan, right? And so I did this thing where I wrote it out and like used each letter to spell like a word, you know? And when I got to N, I chose Notre Dame because I thought Notre Dame was in Michigan. And then come to find out that they actually have like sand dunes or something like Notre Dame. There's some sort of red and it threw me off. But we was in my mom's shed and like me and my wife went there and like she saw it and she just made fun of me so much for it.
That's why I love your wife. Okay.
She's like, how did you, haha, you're a sports fan and you didn't know we're Notre
That's good.
It's fine.
Yeah, she roasts me about as much as you do.
That's why we're friends, kind of, on the interwebs. Here we go. Georgia at Tennessee.
This will be solid, and I think Tennessee will do a number on Georgia, potentially.
Unless Georgia finds their offense,
Right.
which they won't.
Yeah. And it's in Knoxville. Yeah. I think that'll be a huge game, like attendance
Implications-wise, yeah.
And that, yeah. Uh-oh. Ethan said his internet just died.
Uh-oh. Well, we can keep talking until he comes back. But, oh, there he goes. He has disappeared.
Goodbye, Ethan.
In the words of my little sister, she still says Mr. Peared instead of disappeared. So she's like, it Mr. Peared. And we're like,
yeah,
sure.
Y'all go on without me. Gators win 34-21.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
We'll
sure,
get there.
Sure.
I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna go Tennessee because I don't trust Georgia. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Lafayette and Missouri.
Probably Missouri.
Probably.
They're renovating that terrible stadium of theirs soon, I hear.
I mean, they need to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cute.
No.
Are they gonna play in it mid-construction, all of Vanderbilt?
Possibly. I have no idea. I don't know when they're supposed to get going, but they finally coughed up some change to do it.
Here we are. Let's see. I've got Missouri on that one, though I don't think it'll the honeymoon period for Missouri will be over soon.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then we get more Arch Manning hype train.
Mm-hmm.
So that no one cares. We get more Mississippi State hype train. Sure.
Potentially, yes.
Why do I have Ole Miss listed as 0-2? That's not even true. I think I just typed it backwards.
It's not even true.
I was just typing really fast, guys. Okay. They're 2-0, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or are they 1-1?
They're 2-0.
That's what I thought. I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
I just typed it backwards. That's all it was. That makes me feel better. Like, that's not even true.
That's funny.
All right.
We're rolling with the
Arkansas.
Hogs. Hogs upset Ole Miss in Oxford.
I'm here for
Saturday
it.
night.
Saturday night. I'm here for it because Lane Kiffin annoys me. So
Same.
that's all I have to say about that.
Who you got, Shelby?
For your game or my game?
Yes, for mine.
Oh, I definitely have you.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like Ole Miss, so I won't root for them. I won't do it.
Yeah.
Plus, I need y'all to be really like high on your horse whenever we come to Fayetteville. So,
I think there's a solid chance of that happening.
and we'll just like what usually happens.
Yeah, that's true. Chaos.
All right, A&M and Notre Dame. I want to hear your thoughts, and then I'll give mine.
I want Texas A&M to win this game. Not that I want to play a bad Notre Dame, but I don't want to play a good Notre Dame in 2 weeks. So
Are they coming to you, or are you going to them?
they are coming to us the last weekend of September.
Okay.
So that said, I want Notre Dame to continue to look bad.
That's how I feel about
It's already
Texas.
an 11 a.m. game, so whatever. I want to win.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, I want us to beat Notre Dame, 1, to avenge the loss of last year, and 2, just because their fans have been annoying about this game. And so have their players. Like, they're like, oh, they have good talent, but it's nothing we can't handle. And I'm like, y'all shut up.
They can't handle a lot right now, so.
You can't handle a lot of things.
Yeah.
Apparently, somebody asked Elko if he regrets not starting Marcel Reed in that game. Like, what kind of, no one, don't ask that.
Yeah.
Like, no.
We're not going back in time here.
I was like, what did you hope to gain from that question? Like, did you want him to badmouth a quarterback that's no longer in the program? Did you want to hype up Marcel a little bit more? Like, we've done both of those things already. We don't need your help.
Yeah.
Well, no, I have questions about our run game, though it seemed that it got better last week than it was week 1. I have questions about our defense. And now Ethan's not here for me to tell him thank you for Scooby Williams, because he said it wasn't even good. So it's fine. Thanks for that. I know I was watching one game and they said his name and one of my friends texted me and goes, like, the dog? Yeah.
100%.
Yes. And Kool-Aid McKinstry, like the drink. Same thing. Let's see. I'm gonna believe in A&M, and like I said, I'm an Aggie sports enjoyer for now. They did, however, post that we were undefeated so far this season in all the spring and all the fall sports, and then soccer and volleyball proceeded to lose.
Man,
I was like, why do y'all do this?
Our volleyball team is terrible.
We were undefeated and in top 10, and then we just lost to SMU. Like, got swept by SMU. I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I have questions. But our coach apparently said that he called all the other teams in the top 10 and asked them to come to College Station to play a match, and they said no. We're like, I don't know how true that is, but that's what he said.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Talk your shit. Let's see. Eastern Michigan and Kentucky. If Zach Calzada doesn't play,
they might be in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, they may be in trouble with him playing too. And I say that with the most love in my heart for Calzone. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Most love in my heart for Calzone. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Kentucky, but I'm cautious.
I am too. They should beat 0-2 Eastern Michigan. Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. Ethan obviously picks Florida. over
Mhm.
LSU. In Death Valley, is it at night? Is it a night game?
Probably.
I'm assuming because it's the last one in this list, so I'm gonna
Let me
assume so.
I think the Gators are gonna get chomped.
We're gonna hear.
It
Great
might
Night.
shockingly be closer than we think, but I don't know. Yeah, it's at night, 6:30.
It's at night. Yeah, then yeah. Sorry.
LSU's
Gators.
only morning game is probably going to be us, so it's already set for 11 or 12.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That means and when A&M comes to town, it'll be a night game in Death Valley, and we'll just continue our streak of not winning in Death Valley.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that sometimes, or all the time. Unless Garrett Nussmeier tries to hand us the game again. Well, that's what he did last year.
Yeah, when he said,
He's like, shit, I did it again.
I did it again.
How does that man still get my ball? He literally threw it to the same player.
Yeah.
And I was like, he said, because I can't think of the kid's name now, but they interviewed him afterwards, and he's like, when he threw it the first time, I got excited and I got the ball. And then I was like, he ain't gonna throw that ball again. He ain't gonna throw it again like that. And then he did. He's like, what? Who gave you a microphone and why? Why?
Bad.
Some guys should not have microphones, period. Like, you just shouldn't. But yeah, I've got LSU, and then I'm going to go with the fighting Diego Pavias at South Carolina.
All right. I'm going to go with the Gamecocks there.
Just because Lenora Sellers makes me angry, so I will be against the bastards of South Carolina and our forced rivalry. It's my job to hate them.
Yeah.
Like I do Texas, apparently. That's why, like, in our group chat when they were talking about how it's better for everybody if Texas stays good, and I was like, no, 1-11, I don't care.
Yeah, there's no ounce of my body that cares for Texas being good. I don't want Texas to be good.
Not at all.
It does nothing to benefit me.
Like, it doesn't help. I don't care.
No.
Here we are. I'm okay with them. Like, of course, they're going to finish. They're going to play. They play what, UTEP and Sam Houston in the next two games. So, like, 3-9. That's fine.
Yeah.
I want to come to Austin and just kill them. That's all I want.
It's possible.
It is. Everything's possible till it's not. So in the words of Ethan, 12-0 till you ain't. In his case, 11-1 till you ain't.
Yeah.
What's it like to have a loss?
I couldn't tell you.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
All of Corey Seeger.
We might after Saturday, but right now we don't know.
Right now, I guess won't know till Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. We will see you same time, same place, same day next week.
1 week.
No different link, but I'll post the right link. So, yeah. All right. Good night, friends. Thanks and gig 'em.
Go Pig.